So, what are you afraid of? Yeah, there was a person that once said, wisely, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Now, as I record this, there are a lot of concerns, and a friend of mine was talking about his concerns the other day. Fed interest rates going up, government shutdown, tech volatility, trade war. There's always something. Now, we got to compare these things to other things that have happened in history. If we look back through history, World War I, you had a lot of casualties, 116,000 U.S., 16 million worldwide. How about Pearl Harbor, 2,400 casualties that led to World War II with 416 U.S. and 70 to 85 million worldwide. You talk about upheaval, there's upheaval right there. How about the Cuban Missile Crisis? We had missiles right off the coast of Florida, scaring people that we were headed to something really bad. Well, if we put this stuff into perspective, there's always something happening, and we have had a lot of challenges that we have been through throughout the last century, and the stock market went up and down and just went up through it all, back and forth, as it has always done. And some of these things are way worse than what we're dealing with right now. Well, why do we remember this bad stuff? Well, there was a study. They asked people, they said, hey, the glass is half full. What do you think? And they said, well, I feel pretty positive. Then they asked another group of people, they said, well, the glass is half empty. What do you think? And they said, well, I feel bad. Then they did this. They said, well, the glass is half full, but that means it's half empty. Well, you know what happened? People who were positive went to negative. And then when they reversed it and they said the glass is half empty, but that means it's half full, they stayed in the negative. It's human nature. There was a magazine study where they looked at viewership and readership and people buying the magazine. They found that when the news was negative, there was a 30% increase in purchases. When you had a good news day, that resulted in actually a 66% decrease in readership. It shows that bad news sells. Takeaways, well, don't expect positive information from the media. That's not their game. And know yourself. It's the beginning of wisdom. We can be our own worst enemy when it comes to investing. Fear rarely leads to good investment decisions.